All right. So 2024 is a new year, and it comes with its challenges as well as also its opportunities. But how this year will go is dependent on how you play your own money game. Because I don't see money as money. I see money as just a receipt that shows the value you've created. If you create a value worth 1,000 naira, someone gives you a receipt of 1,000 to show you've created 1,000 naira worth of value. And if you create value and you say it's 1,000, and someone sees that value and think it's not up to 1,000, the person begins to bargain. So he says, would you sell for 500? Would you sell for 600? And then you say, no, I will sell as 800. And then the deal is done. And then the receipt exchanges hands. So money is not actually the end. It's just the means to the end. So until you start seeing money that way, then you begin to use money to play the wealth game. All right? Now, how is this game played? I tell you something. People want to be wealthy, but they don't understand that what it takes to be wealthy changes per time. And the first stages of wealth creation is first wealth acquisition. The second is wealth multiplication. The third is wealth preservation. And finally, the fourth is wealth transfer. If you understand it this way, you now begin to know where you are in your financial game. All right? Now, the first phase is wealth acquisition. In wealth acquisition, what it has to do is, what are your skills? What are you capable of doing that you can turn into a value that can be commercialized to bring in money? So I tell people this every time: you don't chase money, you attract money. All right? You attract money. If you chase money, it eludes you. But if you attract money, it stays with you. How do you attract money? Value creation. Once you create value, wherever the village you are in, whatever part of the world you are in, money will come and lay out on your feet and say, here I am, use me, spend me. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, created value in America. Today, we're using Facebook to run Facebook ads. And I tell you, I don't spend less than, in a week, almost 600 to 800,000 on Facebook ads. And I've not met Mark Zuckerberg before. I'm using his platform. Zoom, we're using Zoom to do a meeting today. Zoom created its value far away in America. Today, we're using Zoom. I pay Zoom $75 to $100 every month to use this platform. So ask yourself, what value can you create to bring the money in? Now, the next thing is, when that money comes in, how do you remember to get that money in? It has to do with your skill set, your time, your knowledge. It has to do with you. That means that thing you do, if you stop doing it, the money stops coming in. So it is hard labor for end income, right? Next thing is to think about is, how do you now make that money work for you? That's what about wealth multiplication. In which vehicles do you invest those funds or put those funds, so that as you are working hard for your money is also working hard for you? Because as you are getting older, a time will come when you cannot work hard again. Wherever you are now, you are 30, you are 40, you are 50, give yourself more 20 years, the energy and vigor to run around will not be there again. So it is the funds you put into use while you were still active. People always ask, what is financial freedom? And I tell them very simple. Financial freedom is very simple. Whenever your passive income earnings equals your active income earnings and is able to sustain your life, you have become financially free. Doesn't matter how much the money is you have at that point in time. And that's why somebody can have 1 billion and still not be financially free. And somebody has 500 million and is financially free. Somebody might have 500 million and is not financially free, and somebody might have just 10 million and is financially free. It all has to do with your lifestyle and where you've placed yourself in life. All right. So when it comes to earned income, there are three kinds of ways to earn income. One is earned income. That means your active work. Go to work, you get paid, or you are trading, or you are doing any business, you are doing construction, mining, whatever it is, you have to go out and make the money. It's called earned income. The next one is portfolio income, which comes your investment in stocks, in bonds, treasury bills, various financial instruments for a given percentage of inflow per annum. And the third one is passive income. It is income. Actually, no income is passive in that light, though, right? Because even for passive income, there must be something you also do for it to come in. But it doesn't involve you being there, or it doesn't involve you going to work for it to come in. So passive income, like from real estate, maybe you have a hotel, anything it is, any kind of business that is you are not directly involved in. So other person is running it, but your money is there bringing in inflow for you, right? That is it. Now, these are means of wealth multiplication. Now, as you get older now, you are now risk averse. You cannot take certain risks others are taking, because if you take risk while you are young, I tell my younger mentees who are 25, who are 30, who are 40, I say, try out all you can try out now. Take all the risk available. You are in the risk-taking stage. When people call me and they're 25, I ask them, how old are you? You say 25. And they're asking me what is the risk in the business. They don't want to take risk. I'm like, are you okay? This is the time to take risk. Try everything and see what works. There is no business without risk. So when people ask me that question, sir, what is there risk in this business that I can lose my phone? And I said, every business comes with its risk. Even our life is the risk. We're not even guaranteed by God we will live till tomorrow. That's the funny thing. Your life is not guaranteed. My life is not guaranteed. So life in itself is a risk, right? So forget about the risk. The important thing is that you take calculated risk. What you should be focusing on is, what is the risk-benefit ratio of any business or venture you're going into? For as long as the benefits outweighs the risk, by all means go into it at a younger age. As you get older, every business has its risk, but then you begin to invest in less riskier business, because at a younger age, the businesses that give you more funds are the high-risk business. So try it out at younger age. Make the money while you can. Then move the money into low risk, low return businesses. Because at that point, you're now older, you can't take certain risk again. If you lose your capital, you can get it back again. All right? So this particular course I'm teaching you now, I'm taking time to lay this foundation. So you see how it balances out for everyone, depending on which stage you are in your life and in the crypto game. I tell you something. My audience might not be the younger generation in terms of this particular course, but some people are not young, they're just young by age, but mentally they are very matured, right? So it depends on where you are. And some people are older, but by brain, in their minds, they're still a little bit down the line, right? Okay. So in cryptocurrency, or as an ecosystem, there are various means of making money in the crypto ecosystem. It depends on which one suits your own lifestyle or suits your own risk appetite ratio. So buy low, sell high, which is trading, so-called high frequency trading in crypto, is high risk, but it's high profit as well. So in my community, especially what I'm doing with women in crypto, we push out as many as 10 coins, 18 coins per day. Yes, not all will do well immediately. They will pump at various stages. Some don't even do well at all, like some nosedive. But it's a ratio game. If you buy 10 coins, let us say you put in $20 into 10 coins, that's $200. Now, if 2 coins out of those 10 do well, you are comfortable, because those 2 that will do well will pump as high as 40x, some 10x, some, so it covers. So I tell students, don't buy just 1 coin, buy a set of coins, maybe 5 coins, and then maybe 2 do well or 3 do well and 2 don't do well. But the ones that will do well will cover for your capital to come in and more profits to come in. And if you're lucky and the whole 5 do well, jackpot. One of our students bought one of the coins with $10. And that $10 gave her $700. I've been seeing testimonies of how lives are being changed. All right. But that doesn't mean that there are some lives that are not being also affected negatively, because some people are not able to accept losses. All right. So that is high frequency trading. Now, with crypto through the change, this is low frequency trading, and you are taking a different posture now. Now, you will not make returns as high as the high frequency trade, because you're not taking risk as high as that one. This is calculated risk, this is secure. But now, this particular one is mimicking the banking sector you are used to. So I'm going to start sharing my slide now and then show you how this one works. Okay? So hold on while I share my screen. Now, crypto brew the change. That's the course we're all here for. And my name is Dr. Inya-Agha. I'm a digital entrepreneur, and I provide financial literacy insights into trading, investing, and wealth creation using cryptocurrencies. And I, by the grace of God, founded the company, Ramak Digital. It's an academy that's meant to teach Nigerians, teach the whole world how best to approach crypto investment, as it is a new field. And if you approach it from the wrong angle, you make a lot of losses. So my duty is to make sure we limit your losses and maximize your gains. Now, these are my various social media handles for those who don't know me too well. I'm on YouTube at Inya-Agha. I'm on Instagram at Inya-Agha is the handle. On Facebook, you can type my full name, Inya-Agha. On Twitter, I'm not so big on Twitter, but at Inya-Agha, I still post content there from time to time. Then on LinkedIn.com, you can follow me there in Inya-Agha. And then my website is www.somtoinyaga.com. And my personal number where you can reach me on phone and on WhatsApp is 081-4271-5025. So with all these avenues and channels, I am just next to you. I'm not far away, all right? Now, the only constant thing in life is change. And you must understand something, that formal education will make you a living, but it is self-education that will make you the fortune, because your education is simply meant to be functional. So people go to school and find out that it is not what you read in school, it's not the degree you got from school that finally puts food on your table. So your degree in school is just meant to expand your mind, show you the world, show you how to think critically. Then wherever your affinity or life moves you to, you will now go there and then use that improved mindset you have to create and deliver value, and then stand out from the next person. For example, I just was going to social media. I saw a young man who was selling, I saw a guy who was selling hawking on the streets of Aba in pristine, sweet English. And I told myself, this guy will be sponsored very soon by a company. You know, he was, the same hawking others were hawking. He kind of funkified his own, was marketing, he was speaking like he came in from Canada or somewhere, like he made his own unique. And I could see that same boy might not have had the opportunity to go to maybe say a high profile college or a high profile secondary school, but at least the little he attended, and the little he watched from movies, he was able to distinguish himself from other hawkers. And I just read today on Facebook that a company abroad came in, has picked him up, has signed him up to now send him through proper sales and marketing training. And they're taking him from there. And that boy is barely about 14 or 15 years old. Okay, so you see how he created an opportunity that has always abound everywhere. We have people walking on the streets, on the road, everywhere. He made his own unique, and today it has opened opportunity for him. So what is it in your hand? What is it you are doing that you can do in a unique way and single yourself out of the masses? So rather than being the best orange in the basket, can you make yourself the only apple in that basket? That's the question. So formal education will make you a living, but it is your own personal development and trainings that will make you a fortune. So don't joke with trainings. I see people who are willing to invest millions into investment and businesses, but they cannot afford to pay simple 100,000 for a training, even 50,000 for a training. They tell you it's too expensive. So how do you invest in something you know nothing about? If you go, you lose money. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, you lose it. You come back again and say, these people dealt with you, they are frauds. But you are the cause. You ought to train yourself in a particular venture before you begin to invest in it. Now, all these people you see who are doing amazingly well, name them, the P2Bs, mention any name you know who is a high flyer, the Adeshinos, okay, the one of African Development Bank, and pick all those Nigerians who are Okonji Walas, pick all of them. Go and see how much they've pumped in dollars in their education, going to Preston schools, training themselves, retraining over and over again. Now you see them, you value what they have become, you value when they speak, but you too can be them, just that you've not put in effort into personal development to improve yourself. Now, crypto will change. I'm going to show you its business essentials. It's all about making your money work for you on the blockchain. Your money is already working for you in various aspects. I want to show you how it can work for you on the blockchain. Now, this course, let me quickly show you who this course is for. Now, it is for those who want to understand and expand their knowledge of what digital currencies are and how they work. The second set are those who want to start a digital currency exchange business and earn fees from other people's transactions passively. And the third are those who want to create and earn multiple streams of income daily on the blockchain in dollars from all over the world, even while they sleep. using your phone or laptop and an internet connection. Now, the only constant thing in life is change. And so we are in the money market and we are dealing in currencies. Now, that currency has evolved over the years. Currency started from trade by barter, metamorphosed into physical tokens in 1200 BC, went on to become paper money in 16 AD. Actually, there was a time when money was even marked sticks. Marked sticks was used as currency. That same money went into its electronic form for the first time in 1861 AD. And it is that form that money kept improving itself, evolving until you have today ATM cards, POS terminals, and the rest of them. Just know that that journey started from 1861. And now money has moved on into digital currencies or cryptocurrencies. And this journey started in 2009 when the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was launched in the world. And money will keep evolving. Make no mistake, cryptocurrencies have come to stay. Money cannot go back again. No matter how hard the government fights it, I'm glad today the governments are now seeing reasons and, moving now to adopt it globally. So, gentlemen and ladies, you are in the right place and you are on time. All right? Now, this is an evolution in our generation. And cryptocurrencies are predicted that they will replace 25% of fiat currencies by 2030. 2030 is just a few years down the line, 6 years away. 25% of global funds will move into crypto. So are you not lucky that money is changing form in your lifetime? When money went from barter to tokens, we were not alive then, we didn't benefit from that. It went on to electronic money, we didn't benefit. Now you are in the middle of currency change. How you position yourself in this once in a lifetime opportunity will determine what happens after you're gone with your family and your children. So don't just think about the money, think about gaining the knowledge of how to play, because how businesses were done before has changed. With the advent of digital age, the blockchain, everything going digital, how businesses will be done going forward will be different. And I tell you something, when you hear the fourth stage of wealth creation called wealth transfer, what comes to mind? The average Nigerian, the average person out there thinks that wealth transfer is transferring billions of money from your account to your children. That's not wealth transfer. No matter how much you live in houses for your children, you live in cash in their account. Once they come in and you are gone, they will embezzle it. They are going to sell those houses and just mess it all up. What you should transfer to your children that is wealth transfer is transferring the knowledge that created that wealth. When you see children who have managed their parents' inheritance well, it's because they were brought in on time and they were taught the knowledge that created the wealth. That way, they're able to sustain that wealth and even grow it further for the next generation. But when you see children whose parents kept at home in the comfort of the home, security of the house, in the hands of the house help or those at home, and then the father was going out alone, facing all the bullets on the street alone, facing all the challenges, and the son never learned how this money was created. Once the man lies down to go to his creator, the children simply jump on that wealth and just dance it away. So it is time for you to also begin to invest in knowledge about making money on the blockchain, so that you will have something to tell your children. So it won't be when they ask you, how did you make your money? You will say, nah, God is God. Yeah, I know it's God, but there's a process. Else, if you cannot explain the process with which you make your money, it means either you stole it or something, as you're not proud to say how it came. So you can stumble on cash, but you cannot stumble on wealth, because wealth is created deliberately. There's a discipline involved, there's a process. All right? So begin to learn the processes involved in wealth creation on the blockchain today. It will do you a whole lot of good, both for you, for your children, and your generations unborn. Now, why will crypto go mainstream, whether the government likes it or not? At times, I avoid using the word crypto. I use the word digital currency because it seems that governments are just averse to the word cryptocurrency, right? Because even bank CBDC, Inya-Agha, they are all cryptocurrencies. No matter the name, the sweet name they give it. As long as the currency in question is created through cryptography and encrypted on the blockchain, it's a cryptocurrency. Crypto comes from the word encryption, as in cryptography. That's the act of minting those coins, right? So to be safe and to be fair to all, I might use the word digital currency. So that both the government people will be comfortable, the private citizens will be comfortable as well. All right. So either which way, digital currency, cryptocurrency, they're all the same. Now, digital currencies will go mainstream because one, it helps fight high inflation as a result of dollar scarcity, because physical dollar is getting scarce by the day. And the US is not in a hurry to mint more dollars for now because they are trying to fight their own inflation, double-digit inflation. Next one is when they now begin to mint money again, the dollars, of course, it supply floods the market again, and it still leads to inflation. So the sooner they can move to digital forms of the dollar, the better for everybody, because dollar seems to be the global currency, settling global currency for all financial settlements, right? Secondly, political instability and capital control. In countries where you can no longer move cash due to insecurity, people now move digital forms of cash to continue doing business. I was in Somalia the other day, and surprisingly, in Somalia, some people last saw paper money or cash like maybe 8 years ago. They are so used to this mobile transfer systems, where you have M-Pesa, you know, all those. So they do business just moving money. In fact, they don't say, give me money. They say, throw me the money, because money is sent through phone, through USSD, through M-Pesa, through payment platforms, and they're able to do business inside that war zone. So you see the beauty of digital currencies. You can use them anywhere. Next one is capital control. The government also wants to retain capital control. And since the masses are moving towards cryptocurrency, government has to move there as well. That is why the Nigerian government is now moving into digital currency. They've done the Inya-Agha. It didn't go as planned. It failed due to no fault of blockchain, but for the fault of the central bank governor at that time, MFL, and his policies, right? Now, some banks are coming together with some private companies to now float a stable coin. They're called CNGL, right? So that means they're coming our way. Next one is costly money transfer charges. To move 1 billion, it might be costing you up to 3 million naira to move 1 billion across. Some banks charge 3% of the capital you're moving, some charge 4%, some 4.5%, as the case may be. But that same 1 billion, to move 1 billion, whether naira or dollars, on the blockchain can cost as little as 20, 30 cents, not up to $1. So you see why it is profitable. And then there's no issue of double spend on the blockchain. Transactions are instant, as against the fiat space, where some international transactions take 3 to 7 days to settle and then gain value. Now, it also makes room for easier cross-border transaction, because when I travel anywhere in the world today, I don't need to look for dollar, physical dollar. I just have my cryptocurrency, USDT, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Any country I go to, I even pay for train station in UK with Bitcoin. You just go there, you flash, you copy the QR code, transfer the money, and you buy your ticket. It's as good as that. So I no longer go to stand in the bank to beg for PTA or BTA, business travel allowance, business travel allowance, and all that long story. You know, in the banks, you put your own money in dollar in the bank, and you come to take your money back. They're telling you they don't have dollar, they don't have cash. And you have like maybe $10,000, $15,000 sitting in your account, and you're asking for $3,500, and you are begging the bank to give you $3,500, and they'll be referring you to different branches. Go to the one in Metama. No, go to the one in Usetu. Okay, no, we have the other one. No, it's I don't know. It's a harrowing experience. Your own money. So with the advent of cryptocurrency and blockchain, you are able to have your own funds on your own. You all know what's happened when the government decided to seize money before the election. Many people had monies in their bank, they couldn't access it. For us, we had our own cryptocurrency, USDT, so we were fine. So you have control of the finances. And then it is fraud-proof without chargeback. No double spend. And then based on the ongoing digital and mobile trend post-COVID-19, everything is going digital. You ought to go digital as well, and you ought to also understand how digital funds are spent on digital space. Now, for those still doubting Bitcoin, some told me sometime 2 years ago that Bitcoin is going to crash to zero and all that. I told them it's not possible. We've gone past that stage. It will only keep going higher and higher. Now, these are publicly traded companies and their Bitcoin holdings. You can see Grayscale has 449,596 Bitcoins. You can see MicroStrategy with 38,250. Now, bear in mind, one Bitcoin as of today is about $41,000. It went up as high as $7,000 as of last bull run. And this bull run, we're estimating it to go above $150,000 per Bitcoin. Now multiply $41,000 by 449,596 and know how many thousands of dollars and billions these companies are holding in Bitcoin. Now, if these companies who are publicly traded abroad are buying these cryptocurrencies and holding, are you more brilliant than them? Are you more intelligent than them? Or do you think they are fools? So in this regard, you will do well to increase your confidence and trust in cryptocurrency because they have come to stay. Nothing can change it again. This is digital gold of our era and time. And as we speak, BlackRock, which is a company that has the highest amount of asset under management, about $11 trillion as we speak today, just spent $11 billion buying Bitcoin last week. In fact, they intend to be the highest holders of Bitcoin. They want to overtake Grayscale and MicroStrategy. $11 billion just last week. So, my friends, it is not your own. No money is small. Believe you, no money is small. Even 1,000 naira is not small. They are all soldiers to me that should go and make more money. So your own income is not your own income that will come into the cryptocurrency space and the cryptocurrency will crash or it will disappear. No, okay? So be rest assured, entering the cryptocurrency space is guaranteed. Now, this is the first country that took the first bold step to officially make cryptocurrency an official tender in their country, El Salvador. And that was in 2021. They bought 200 Bitcoins. That country was in debt, but today as we speak, this 200 BTC has so increased in value because they bought it at when it was just about $16,000 per one. Today it's $41,000. Multiply it, and you see this country in the next 1 year can pay off all their national debt and still to America and then still have their reserve beefed up. All right? And as we speak, other countries are following suit. Now, let me explain to you how the existing financial system interfaces with this new crypto or blockchain digital currency system. Difference is not much. It just got better. In the existing financial system, we speculate in shares and forex. That means you go and buy company shares. You see a company that is doing well, maybe MTN, Dangote, Sugar or Flour. You see a company, and then you say this company is going to do well. You go and buy their shares and hold. And as the company expands and their product against acceptance, the value of the company rises and the shareholding of the company, the value of their shares also increase. So you can now sell and you take profit, right? The same way Forex. People buy certain monies knowing to appreciate in value over time, and then they sell when it appreciates in value. The same thing is happening in the crypto space. We speculate using trading altcoins. Every coin in the crypto space, as we speak, there are over 28,000 cryptocurrencies and still counting. More are still coming out every day. Now, each cryptocurrency represents a project going on in the real world, represented on the blockchain. If that project is doing well, the value of the coin will keep rising because the demand for the coin will increase based on the utility that coin provides. Do you understand? So my duty is to look at the cryptocurrency space. Out of 28,000 coins, it's a very difficult duty for me, but I do it every day for the interest of my students and my mentees. I look at it all and then sieve out coins, sieve them till I pick maybe 20, 15, 10, I think are in the right place to give my students more money, more value for their money invested. Now, yes, of course, there are a lot of scams. Surprisingly, out of the whole coins out there, I'm sorry to say that 93% of those projects out there are scams. They are scam coins. They will crash. They're just there to dupe people. Now, take note, it's not only the crypto space, even in the real world, we have scam businesses. That means businesses just open to scam people. So it's not like it's only the crypto space. Like I tell people, the same way armed robbery happens on the real world and people's goods get stolen or people's money gets stolen or banks get broken into and stolen, is the same way on the crypto space, on the blockchain space. Hackers are the armed robbers there. They have access to your wallet. They can steal from you. They can form a fake project and dupe you and all that. It happens both ways. But I say, if you have not been stopped from doing business in the real world due to 419ers, due to fraudulent people, due to armed robbers, you are still doing business in the real world. Why would you tell yourself you cannot do business on the blockchain because of hackers or because you lost money to one project or the other? You're not being fair to yourself. The reason, its essence is this: when you're doing business in the real world and people steal from you, what do? You either buy a dog or pay police for security or raise your fence or put CCTV camera. You bring in measures, deterrent, to stop people from stealing from you. Same way on the blockchain, if you get such experience, learn more of how to protect your finances on the blockchain and keep doing your business. So that's how it happens both ways. Now, in the real world, we invest in gold, commodities. In the crypto space, we invest in Bitcoins and other security traded offers. So what gold is to you in the real world is what Bitcoin is on the blockchain. Bitcoin is actually digital gold. And in fact, Bitcoin will even improve in value more than gold. That's already overtaking gold. Okay? So you do yourself good to have some of it in your wallet. Now, in the real world, we transact with fiat currency, which undergoes USD clearing. Fiat currency simply means paper money that undergoes USD clearing through various banking houses. But on the crypto space, we transact with crypto that undergoes fiat crypto clearing. That's where exchanges come in. Centralized exchanges help you move your funds from fiat currency in your country to the digital currency on the blockchain and move them back again. Whereas decentralized exchanges enable you to exchange amongst those digital currencies. And then finally, in the existing financial system, we access credit facility using asset as collateral, maybe your house, your land, whatever you have as collateral to take a loan. And most times, the loan they give you is just about maybe 25% of the value of the collateral you give to them. So if it goes bad, you're in a very bad situation. But on the crypto space, we access loans using digital currencies as collateral, and you can take up to 80% the value of your collateral on the digital space, which is far better than what you have in traditional finance. Okay, so understand that it's just the same thing. Now, why do you need to enter this crypto space? Now, let's look at fiat currency and what's going on. I decided to choose from 1981 to 2021. I was born in 1981. So in my lifetime, I decided to see what Naira has been doing in my lifetime. Now, I've updated to 2024. But take note, every 10 years, what happens to Naira? In 1981, 1 million Naira was equivalent to it was equivalent to $1,570,000, 105. That means it was 1 Naira to $1.57. Now, 10 years after 1991, 1 million dropped in value. It lost over 1,400,000 of its value, and it became 102,517. Wow, that's a whooping loss. 10 years after 2001, 1 million Naira now dropped again to just $8,814. And then 10 years after 2011, that same 1 million Naira became as low as $6,382. And then by 2021, that same 1 million Naira came down to become only $2,421. And yours sincerely, in 2024, as we speak today, 1 million Naira is just equivalent to $769. That is the painful decline. This is wealth erosion. This is worse than gully erosion. Now, imagine someone, let us use example, a military general, and let's say permanent secretaries, professors. These are people who, when they retire from service, their active salary becomes their pension. They earn their active salary as pension. All right. So I'm using them as an example. Okay. Now, let us say this. I want to understand why it is that these civil servants, when you hear them, or these public officers, when you hear the kind of money they are packing, you'll be shocked. Like, why would one person take 87 billion, as in still 84 billion Naira? Like one person. Or the Naira, one person, 84 billion. You're wondering, why would one person embezzle 8 billion pension fund for people? This is the reality. A man retires, let us say a professor retires at, say, a salary of, say, 500,000. And then that 500,000 becomes his pension, monthly pension. Okay? Now, he retires, let us say he retired in 2011. And at that time, his 500,000 was equivalent to 3,000 and something dollars, right? That means that's 500, because 500 half of a million, so 3,000 something dollars. Then, by 2021, 10 years after, his monthly salary and lifestyle, he has to cut it down to 2,421 a month. Let's assume the person retired at 2021, for example, at 500,000 a month. Let's even use 1 million a month. Okay, he retired at 1 million a month, and that's his pension. Then, just at retirement, he was equivalent to $2,421 every month, and then his lifestyle is, built according to this. Then suddenly, in just 4 years in his lifetime, that his pension, monthly pension, comes down to only $769 in value, which means if he's to travel abroad, at least a plate of good food abroad is in Europe, is between 50 to 60 euros for a plate of good food. Unless you want to eat junk. In UK, about 40, 50 pounds, that is 60 pounds. If you want to eat African food, it goes up to 90, 100, and the rest of them. Unless you want to eat junk. Even junk is between 19 to 21 pounds. Right? Now, imagine that his monthly pension cannot afford him, just even if he's eating a meal of $30 and he eats 3 times a day. That means it's approximately $100. So his salary can only feed him for 7 days in the month if he travels abroad for holiday. Does it make sense? Then even the flight, they took the flight now to US. Last time I checked, it was about almost 3.2 million to and fro, and maybe now it's even higher. So you see that he cannot live his life on retirement from Nigeria. He has worked actively for Nigeria as a country for 35 to 40 years of his life. At retirement, his hard earnings for 40 years cannot give him food for 7 days in a country outside Nigeria. Okay, let's come to inside Nigeria. His pension, he's on 1 million pension, and that's equivalent to 769. So let us say at $1 to 1,000 naira, he has about 769,000 every month. A bag of rice now is almost 50,000 or even above. You want to talk of power, school fees, everything, and this minus medical expenses, because one medical expense, if he's diabetic or hypertensive, this money will not be enough for him if he hasn't challenged. So you see why these people now begin to steal this money in billions, because millions cannot do again. So what will the man do? Let us say he's a corrupt civil servant. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm just saying, for example, he decides to help himself the other way. Now he multiplies from 1 million. Instead of seeing it as 1 million, he now begins to work towards how to take 1 billion. Because that now gives him access to about 769,000. Do you understand now? And that's the mentality behind these hefty sums you are seeing them saying when EFCC brings out list of people they are after and the amount they took, you'll be wondering what's happening. That's the reason. So the truth is this: you've got to find a way to enter the cryptocurrency space so you are not swept away by inflation and devaluation of fiat currencies. Find a way to move your earnings in dollar. That's why companies are leaving Nigeria in droves. They import products, import raw materials, produce it, sell it in Nigeria, take profit before they can go back to repurchase again. The naira has fallen in value to where even their profit is gone to. They have to even add more money to bring back products into Nigeria. And before they are done selling that one again, naira has gone down. The way naira is going down, it's like naira wants to come discover its own crude oil. So that's the challenge. So then they try to move their money. Maybe they earn in naira. They want to move it quickly to dollar so they can hedge against that devaluation. Unfortunately, there's no dollar in Nigeria. The dollar is scarce. So they can't move the money into dollar and can't take it out. So the companies are now going down, and that's why they have to leave. So that thing happening to companies is also happening to you, but you don't know yet. So you earn your salary, you leave it in naira. What happens? Nigeria is a dollarized economy, whether you like it or not. It's true we spend naira in Nigeria, but why I say dollarized is because we import almost 93% of what we consume in Nigeria. That means they sell those things to you at the dollar rate they were purchased from whichever country they came in from. So it means the more your naira is losing value, the more your purchasing power is decreasing. So your best bet is to find a way, as you are earning the naira equivalent in your salary, move it into dollar straight and keep it there. So that when you want to spend it whenever, you are now converting dollar back to naira at the prevailing rate of that day. So let us say I have 1 million today and I convert it to dollar, and then maybe it's giving me 7. I bought dollar yesterday at 1,360. That's what it is now, $1. All right. So $200 is about 202,000. Let us say you make 202,000. Move it to 200. You move it to dollar. So $200, for example. Now by next month, maybe dollar becomes 1,500 or 500. You simply now take your $10 or $20 and convert in that month, and then you get it at the rate of 1.5. That maintains your purchasing power. So now you don't have access to dollar, physical dollar. You can use crypto dollar USDT to do the same thing. And that's how you are preserving your wealth. Remember, I told you 4 steps of wealth creation: wealth acquisition, wealth multiplication, wealth preservation. Very important. So most Nigerians are working hard, making money, but they're not preserving the wealth. So you still end up where you, even worse than you were the previous year. So if you don't play your money game right this year, 2024, I'm not a prophet, but I'm telling you what will happen. I make projections. I look at indices and charts, and I will tell you that you might end up worse than you were last year. For no fault of yours, you worked extra hard. You did all you could, but this particular factor alone is going to send you back. Now, you don't have to migrate out of your country of residence to transact with cryptocurrencies. That's the beauty of the blockchain. You only have to think globally while acting locally. Now, let's look at the available instruments for you to preserve your wealth in Nigeria. For example, look at Nigerian banks. The interest rate on fixed deposit. Remember, fixed deposit is about the safest investment you could do in Nigeria comfortably. Now, the fixed deposit accounts in Nigeria banks is determined by various factors. 1 is the amount you invested. 2 is the duration of the deposit, how long. If you're going to keep it up to 2 years, they give you higher rates. If it's less than, they give you lower rates. And then 3, the prevailing economic market conditions as of the time you invested your funds in fixed deposits. Now, I want to give an example of one of the fixed deposit instruments in FCMB. They sent me this message because they're one of their customers. And they said, I could get up to 6% interest on USD investments. Take note, we're in Nigeria, but the banks are now creating packages for USD investment. There was a time to open a dollar account. I don't know why Nigeria always comes last in everything. There was a time to open a dollar account. You have to, when I opened my dollar account sometime in 2003, 2004, the condition to open dollar account was so enormous. In fact, it was impossible. I was able to pull through because I had the contacts and connection. At that time, Nigeria should have made it easy for Nigerians to open dollar accounts, do remote jobs, earn outside Nigeria, and bring inflow. It would have encouraged both manufacturing, export, and manufacturing within and all that. But it was strange. In fact, they said then no civil servant should own a dollar account. Now suddenly, now we are lacking dollar now. Banks are now giving you opportunity to even have a dollar card without having a dollar account. UBA, you can go into UBA, walk in and get a dollar card in just 15 minutes. So to me, it's too late in the day. You've scared people from dollar. Now you want dollar, and we don't have means of bringing it in. So now, for those who now have dollar now, the banks now want you to bring it to them, offering you 6% interest rates. Okay? Now, money is an essential tool in your journey to building wealth. One of the ways to make money work for you is through quality investments. I'm reading what their ad says. Now, do you know that you can earn up to 6% on your dollar investment when you invest with GRO Suite? Of course, you can. But look at what's happening there. It says, with GRO Max or GRO Flex, you can invest as low as $2,000. Hello? As low as $2,000 and earn up to 6% interest per annum and top up your investment periodically. At $1 to $1 to 1,000 naira, it means to even accept 6% interest on your investment, you should be investing at least 2 million naira minimum. If it's at the rate today at 1.3, it means you should be investing about 2.3 million naira. Tie it down for 1 year or 2 years for you to get a mere 6% on it. Do you see? Now, this is even better because if you now invest that 2.3 million in naira, it's even worse. Let me show you. Because Nigeria's inflation rate, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, not according to me. This was the headline on inflation as of October 2023. Our inflation is at 27.33%. Now, when people see these figures, they don't know how it affects their life. Let me break this down to you. It means that if you invested 100,000 naira in a fixed deposit instrument that is to give you 6% interest per annum, it means if you invest that 100,000 naira for 1 year, after 1 year, you will get 6,000 naira on top of your 100,000 naira. That is 6%. But with the 27.3% inflation, it means that your 100,000 upon withdrawal has lost 27,300 in its value. Let's say it has lost 27,000 of its value. So you invested 100,000 to come out after 12 months with 106,000, and then your 106,000 is now worth about, say, 80 something thousand, let's say 70, 76, 77,000 thereabouts. So did you go forward or did you go backwards? You see, you went backwards. In other words, if your 100,000 naira could buy you at the time you invested 3 bags of rice, let us say at 30,000 with change. Now, 1 year after, with 3% inflation, that 100,000 can now only buy you only 2 bags of rice. So you lost money. So look into these things when you go for banking instruments. For example, treasury bills used to be at 18% before. Now it's 15.5%. I'm telling you that none of the banking instruments in the financial market today in Nigeria, the interest rate, none of them have interest rate above our inflation rate. None. So all those who have their money in fixed deposits, I'm sorry to tell you that you are just throwing that wealth down. That wealth is experiencing gully erosion as we speak. So you need to transform your thinking to transform your wealth in this age and time. And how to transform your thinking? Through personal development. Begin to teach yourself to have a new mind in 2024. And how do you do that? By giving yourself access to new information in books, in CDs, in trainings like this, in teachings. You need new knowledge for a new experience. You need to have a new perspective to your thinking. You need to have a new approach and style to your wealth creation. And that's what's going to give you a new result or outcome, because you can't keep doing what you were doing last year or last 5 years and expect a different result. You need a new life beginning. You need a new vision to the way you acquire your wealth, multiply your wealth, preserve your wealth, and transfer that wealth. Now, listen to what our former Vice President Yemi Osibanjo had to say about cryptocurrencies for those who are still doubting that this is the way to go. Listen to him.
Now, on the very topical issue of blockchain technology, digital assets, and cryptocurrencies, let me say 2 things. First is that there is no question that blockchain technology generally, and cryptocurrencies in particular, will in the coming years challenge traditional banking, including reserve banking, in ways that we cannot yet imagine. So we need to be prepared for that seismic shift, and it may come sooner than later.
He's a professor of law, so he knows the law more than any of you. For those who think cryptocurrency is illegal, he knows the law more than you. He's a SAN, he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. So he got to the peak of his legal career. This same man was the vice president of Nigeria. So he got to the peak of his political career and visited a lot of countries. So if this same knowledgeable man is telling you that the cryptocurrency is going to challenge traditional banking in ways we cannot imagine, including reserve banking. That means very soon countries will keep their reserve in cryptocurrencies, like El Salvador is keeping their reserve in Bitcoin. This same man is saying that it's going to be a seismic shift, like an earthquake. The earth, when you call seismic shift movement, the earth moves and there's tremor, or there's an earthquake, or there's a shock. And he says you have to prepare for it. So are you preparing for this seismic shift? Or do you want to tell your children new stories that hurt when they're asking you, Daddy, where were you when Dango? You're telling them how countries had how things are banned. They're asking you, where were you when Dango made his own money? Where were you when you small young boys now who are making money on the blockchain and making their serious money here and there? You have no story to tell, simply because you blocked your mind to innovation. You blocked your mind to the evolution of currency in your time. And instead of you being the one to teach your children, they will be the one now telling you, Daddy, if only you had bought Bitcoin when it was $16,000. Today, Bitcoin is now $200,000. If you had bought just 1 Bitcoin, by now, we'll be where we are. So don't let that become your story, okay? Go on out there. There are ways to invest responsibly. Like I tell people in cryptocurrencies, do not invest what you can't afford to lose. A student told me today, he said, sir, I want to go and borrow money from a loan shark and then come and pay for your course and do the business. And I told him in all sincerity, please don't. I like being sincere to my students. It's not because we're making money. So we tell you the truth. These loan sharks, from experience, pick any of them, whether it's Migo, whether it's Fair Money, whether it's Carbon, look at all of them. They charge you as much as 35% per month, not per annum, on loan you borrowed. So it's like you're doubling money for them. It is wrong. That means you borrow 300,000. Before you are done paying them, you are paying them back almost 700,000. Which legitimate business can give you double your money in 1 year? Which one? How? At 35%, yes, you see it like they gave you 300,000 and you'll be paying only maybe 25,000 every month or maybe 30,000 every month, spread over 12 months, right? It's not true. At 35% every month, multiplied by 12 months, you are giving out almost close to 200%. Now, that business you are going into doesn't even have a return rate of 50% per annum. Because most legitimate businesses, when you start them, initially, you'll be lucky to even get 25% back in the first year. In fact, you must even cut serious corners before you hit 50%. So Nigerian banks and their product offerings are not designed for startups. Those loans are only designed for people who already have business running. Maybe people who import goods, who maybe they've imported the product, is now in custom, they need maybe 3 million to clear it, then immediately they go and start selling the product. So he can take that loan and go and do clearing because in 2 weeks, his goods is on the market. He's now selling to make back money and pay back the loan. But you who is starting a business afresh, you will face what we call as in you must time and chance must happen in that business. You've not gotten market share yet. You are still strong to get market share. You're going to do advertisement. You're going to do PR, do some free product offering, to get people to join, and you're on a loan of almost 35% every month. My brother, both you, the business, and the loan will all crash because it's not sustainable. Now, surprisingly, these same banks giving you these outrageous loans, 24%, 26% per annum, they got that money from their parent bank in US, in UK, at single digits, at times 0.2%. Maximum 2%. Maximum you get a loan abroad is 2%. Normally it's 0.2, 1%. I've not even seen anybody take a loan of 2%. And in fact, before you have those kind of high percentages, if you are on a credit card, not even a regular bank loan. So the loans abroad are designed for people to grow businesses. Our loans here cannot do that. So please don't take a loan to go and start a new business. It will never work. The ratio is too much. Okay? So this is my advice to you. I'm giving it for you. So if those who are business oriented can understand how these things happen. Instead, you can take a bank loan. If you already have a business already proven concept working in the market, because most of those loans are not for long term. It's short term. It's 6 months, 12 months, maximum 24 months. That's 2 years instrument. Then if you are lucky, you can get maybe 4 years. You get? So take note of that. All right?
Now,
and then what is Professor Oyetunji talking about when he said this space will challenge traditional banking in no small way? And he says to be prepared. That sector he's talking about is called decentralized finance or DeFi. Now, what is DeFi all about? Aside from sending money to one another, there are a variety of services we use today. For example, loans, savings plans, insurance, trading, the stock markets. These are all services built around money and create our financial system as we know it today. Now, decentralized finance, the first thing any financial system needs is, of course, money. And this is where in the crypto space, not all cryptocurrencies are volatile, go up and down. We have the stable coins. These are cryptocurrencies that are pegged to real world assets value. And usually, some major currencies like the US dollar have been duplicated on the blockchain space in terms of coins like USDT, which is the US dollar Tether, USDC, which is the US dollar by Seco, a company, DAI, and a lot of stable coins. Now, what it means is that for each of these coins minted, equivalent in fiat dollar is stored in a bank on the traditional banking system as a backup or collateral for that mint. Okay? And that's why the coins are stable. Now, there's something to note. The total assets in the traditional financial system today adds up to a little over $400 trillion. That means in the world globally today, total money in circulation in the whole world today is less than $500 trillion and above $400 trillion. So it's between $400 to $500 trillion. Now, that's more than enormous, as it is 20 times bigger than the entire GDP of the United States. Remember, the countries with largest GDP, when you talk of countries like the United States, China, and the rest of them. So the global financial system is 20 times bigger than the GDP of the United States. Now, according to DeFi polls as of 2020, the decentralized finance ecosystem had less than $1 billion in assets as of 2020. Today, as we speak, it now has close to $100 billion in assets, meaning money is flowing from traditional finance into decentralized finance. So believe me when I tell you, you are early to this game. That means only 100 billion has come in yet out of 400 trillion. So this change is happening in your time. And that implies that the money grew 100-fold within a period of 2 years. I remember, based on the hyperbolic curve of financial growth, the more the adoption, the more the growth is moved from arithmetic progression to geometric progression. So that means if it jumped 100-fold in 2 years, it can jump 1,000-fold in the 3rd year, and it can jump 1,000,000-fold by the 5th year. Do you understand? That's how these things happen. So now this is what the graph looks like. From July 2020, less than 1 billion, and by September, we're at 100 billion. As we speak today, it's increasing. No wonder the owner of Binance, the previous CEO of Binance, CZ, Changpeng Zhao, said, when they asked him, what would you do upon leaving Binance as CEO? He said he was going to concentrate on DeFi. That was his statement. Amidst everything he said, I took note of that. Why will the owner of the greatest exchange in the world, Binance, be interested in DeFi? It means DeFi is bigger than Binance. And believe you me, I know he's doing something in DeFi, setting up products, setting up services, something that when he now launches it again, the whole world will be in shock again. Okay? So the traditional financial system has $400 trillion in assets, which is 4,000 times larger than the decentralized finance system. I want to show you the opportunities, how enormous it is. As of today, the current financial system is 4,000 times larger. That means if decentralized finance can compete with or replace just 10% of the current traditional financial system, it means it would have grown 400 times. That means if you enter this space now, today, the day DeFi is able to chance traditional finance for just 10%, it means your finance in DeFi has already multiplied 400 times. Do you understand? That's why the opportunities are so amazing, because there's so much room for growth in this sector. It's not like the banking sector where the big boys and the cabal have taken over. I remember when to open a bank, it just took only 2 million naira. When Diamond Bank was open, I remember when the owner, Pastor Jose, was moving around looking for investors and all that, he just started with 2 million. Now, those who enter the banking sector then, that's the new for the 4th generation bank, the GTBs and the rest of them that entered then, the Tunelumelus and all of them. They didn't have to amass so much to start the banking sector. But when they got in, they arranged themselves, organized themselves, met the CBN governor, discussed, and before you knew it, they slammed a 24 billion naira minimum capital base to be deposited in the CBN before you can get your banking license. Do you see how enormous? That was a very big barrier to entry. And of course, it stabilized the banking sector, which is true. But take note, it now stopped new entrants. Now, those who wanted to now do banking much later had to now go for microfinance banks and other smaller banks, maybe cooperative bank and all that, right? So in the DeFi space, the opportunity is open now for you to be like a bank on DeFi space. It is decentralized. Nobody can stop you. There's no barrier to enter. You can start with any amount you have. What matters most is for you to understand how to play in this particular system. Now, what happens in this system? People are borrowing to defer tax on trading gains. People are coming in to enhance profits with leverage. People are coming in to lend to earn interest. That means we give the idle funds, put it in there, and be earning interest as people borrow it to do businesses. People are coming to do DeFi staking to multiply their assets. People are coming to DeFi for swapping one coin to the other. People are coming for yield farming, whereby you put a particular coin, let us say you put BNB and you are earning pancake coin. People are coming to DeFi platform for asset investing. Some of you who are on my mailing list got my email on how to choose DeFi assets to invest in on the Ethereum. And then Finally, people who are supplying these funds are earning transaction fees on digital currencies they provide on the blockchain for decentralized finance. And that's where crypto through the change comes in. This is the aspect I'm interested in training you how to do it, because it ensures you earn daily income in dollars. That's the beauty of it. And Nigeria, where Nigeria is today, people are looking for means to earn daily income. Now, what the challenge is how much is your capital? Now, to sum it up, the DeFi revolution is in its early adopter stage, and in the coming years, we'll keep giving great yields and returns on your investments. There's no doubt that this decentralized financial system will benefit a vast portion of the population that currently suffers from financial discrimination due to barrier to entry in the financial space, suffering from high fees of transacting and doing business. You just stay, you send money to your wife, you send money to your mother in the village or mother anywhere, and just for sending money above 1,000 naira, government charges you 50 naira. They call it stamp duty. Then the bank charge you another 35 naira and say it's the maintenance charge. So your own money you earned, just that you put it in the bank and you sent it to, it's not even you that you do business with it. They have already swooped out 85 naira from you. So then the inefficiencies in managing funds and loss of funds through fraudulent investment and schemes, all this you can mitigate by coming into the decentralized financial system through us. So I'm introducing to you Crypto Brew the Change. And with this course, it's a business course. It's not just any other course. It's not like university degree where you go and get a degree and you're not promised of a job. You don't know what to do with it. Or you still have to leave the degree and go and look for another one that will give you money. It's not like the MBAs. You do your master's in business administration, and yet you cannot transpose what you were taught into what will give you money in the interim, except you offer your services to big corporations. Okay? Sorry, please. Now, this business course is just $100. That's about the value of a plate of good food abroad. Just a plate of food, African food. Unfortunately for us, because of how Naira has so gone down, this $100 is now 100,000 Naira, which doesn't make sense to me. But what can we do? And I'd love to give you this course at as low as even 5,000 Naira. But I can't. Why? Because I'm running a business. I have salaries to pay my staff. Those doing my web development, those doing my my students already can't even access they could not access my site at some point because we're doing upgrade on the site, which cost me almost about 800,000. I run Facebook ads that brought you in here. I spend almost about 400,000 every week on ads, minimum. Some weeks even runs up to the millions. And even the business we are doing on the blockchain is a dollar-based business. So when I buy tools I use to create my courses and the subscriptions I am on, I pay in dollar. So I want to help, but there's a limit to how low I can come down to make this happen. So what I did is this. I said, okay, for those who are joining now, I'm giving you an opportunity to earn daily income that is between 55% to 105% per annum rates using Crypto Brew the Change. Now, all the banking instruments in Nigeria and Africa as we speak today, none can give you interest rates above 10%. None. If you like, walk into the bank today and tell them you want to fix 10 billion naira. The maximum they will give you is 10%. Nobody will give you 11%. And if you're going to fix your money in your bank today, the maximum your bank will give you, if it's Access Bank, a HIDA plan is 4.5%. Now bring that same money onto Crypto Brew the Change. You can be earning as much as 55% to 105%, which is above the national inflation at 27.3%. And also, you get to preserve your money from Naira devaluation. So you're getting lifetime access to Crypto Brew the Change business, including registration, my live trainings, flow along materials. And as I do research constantly on this space, and I keep improving. I keep teaching my students the real thing happening in the business. All right? Now it's worth only $100. Now, when I learned this particular training, I've shown this receipt to my students. When I learned this training from America, what Wise Ratings charged me for this training was $2,500. That means I coughed out 2.6 million to get trained in this aspect. And I've gotten the training and I've broken it down to where it's going to cost you only $100. That's to show you how considerate I am. And then again, for attending this webinar and staying all through till now, I'm giving you this thing today at a 31% discounted rate of $69. And I'm even doing it 1,000 naira to $1. I'm not even doing the current rate of 1,360 naira to $1. Just 1-to-1. I want to help Nigerians, okay? So with 69,000 naira only. And these are testimonials from my students who joined the first batch. This Opeyemi, my students know her. And she said she has been in and out of range, and she's earned 0.5, that's about 50 cents an hour, depending on how much she puts in. And if you look at the other side, she says, many thanks, God bless you for sharing this opportunity. Now take note, when Opeyemi invested in this crypto the change at that point in time, to do an investment on this space, just to put in your money and move it into a blockchain, cost 30,000 naira. That's $30. My students saw it live. Just to move the money from centralized exchange, decentralized exchange, and then move it across the bridge and then put into the system, transaction fee alone was 30,000 naira. So she had to invest 150,000 naira, spend 30,000 on transaction fee, and then what was in the investment was 120,000. Now I got so pained because I did it before. What I'm telling you happened in December last year. I'm not telling you what happened long ago. When I was handling my foreign students, it was okay for them because $30 just like 30 naira for them. So they don't mind. And that's what they taught me, right? Now, I will tell you what happened much later in my class, which some of my students can bear witness here. I kept on researching and researching till I found out on my own how to do that same investment and only spend a transaction fee of less than 400 naira. I don't know, the day I discovered that and I shared with my students, there was joy in the class. Everybody was screaming. And it was just 1 week interval. Imagine going from 30,000 naira transaction fee to 400 naira transaction fee. And that meant now people can now invest in crypto through the change under me with as little as $8. That means instead of looking for 100-something thousand to start this business, you can start with as little as $8. That's 8,000 naira. Even though, like I tell people, the more the funds you put, the more your earnings. If it's as small as 8,000 naira, of course, your earnings will be in micro cents, right? But that means I have solved a critical problem in this aspect, in this business, that can make it available to every Nigerian. Before, if you don't have 100,000, you can't start this business. And I am still researching. I've not stopped. I'm constantly researching the crypto space on my own, doing experiments, losing money. That means when you do these experiments, I lose money. That means I had to keep testing. Each time I tested, I lost $30 transaction fee. I will test again, test another style, go across certain chains. They will charge me 27,000. That's $27. I keep testing again. It came down to $15, came down to $10, came down to $9, till I came down to 40 cents. That means imagine how much I spent my own personal money on your behalf to make this cost affordable for you guys in terms of transactions. And it's when people like us now have done all this hard work, heavy lifting, then some students we've mentored can now go and begin to teach their own mentees at a lower rate. So some will tell me, sir, this thing you're teaching us, somebody teaching it at 5,000 to the other place. And I asked him, you can't compare me to that 5,000 person. That 5,000 person might have learned from a student I taught, who taught somebody, and there is a 5,000. Let the person join me and get the training directly from abroad, where I get mine, and pay $2,500. Let me see him now sell it to you at 5,000. That's the difference. So please pardon me if there are people who are teaching crypto for even 1,000 naira. That's good and fine, but I'm not in that cadre. I get it as it is direct from, because Nigeria doesn't own blockchain. We don't own digital space. We copy from the Western world that are ahead in that space. We learn from them and we pay heavily to get this knowledge in here. Okay? So that's Oragu and his own testimony. Look at it. I want to thank you especially for what you are doing for us with CBDC. I wake up every day to passive income earnings from my money working for me. You are truly God's and God bless you, sir. And that's Miss Mefo. She wanted to withdraw her funds. She made about $1,000.21, and I showed her how to withdraw her funds. And in less than, you can see when she contacted me was around 3:31 p.m. I saw her message and responded at 6:09 p.m. And then by by 7:12 p.m., that less than an hour, her money was already with her. And she said, "Create alert received. You are truly a leader who feels the pains of his followers. May God bless you abundantly for us." So I feel the pains of my followers. I don't just sell a course, I sell a program. You have access to me. Even after I've sold the course, I still keep researching to make it finer and better. And I'll bring you up to speed. Like my students who have joined me already, I have a good news for them again. There's another challenge I saw many people were having, which I've already found a solution to, and I will teach them. Don't worry. By next week, I'll start those trainings again. And those update classes are free. I don't charge you again. Once you have paid, you join my ecosystem on a particular course. Any upgrade or new knowledge I find in that course from my various experiments, I will still bring you up to speed on it, free of charge. That's me for you. Okay? And that's Alex. Alex is also my student. He joined this class December 2 as well. Yeah, December. And he says, "Sir, your way of doing things and handling situations is beyond professionalism. May the Almighty God, who understands the impact you are selflessly creating, reward you without measure and grant all your heart desires in Jesus' name. Amen." A very big thank you, sir. Please and please, this is all I take. I just get this thank you, God bless you, just makes my day. The joy I put on people's faces, that's all. We are doing the same with women in crypto. We are giving so much value in women in crypto and at a very, very affordable rate. No community is giving out what we are giving there at the price we are charging. And I created that with my wife just to make sure people who can't afford can go through there, at least make some money for themselves and then begin to afford the higher packages. Okay? And some people from women in crypto are with us here as well, and they know what we're doing there as well. And we also have assistance from the joy is that even students we mentored have also gone on to get more knowledge and are now contributing to the community. Some students there are good at technical analysis. They're now good at sifting coins, providing signals. Before, it was only me doing the whole signal. After a while, students started joining in, assisting, because it's so heavy on me to have to carry the whole community, Dramatic Digital, the other side, when in crypto and everything, still do my travels, because I've been pushing for the adoption of crypto all over Africa. I'm not blowing my trumpet, but if you count the first 10 people who really gave a push for crypto in Africa, I'm not talking of social media warriors. I mean, people who traveled out of 54 countries in Africa. I have visited 33 out of 54 countries in Africa, doing presentations, talking about crypto at the time when crypto was banned. In fact, crypto just went mainstream just about 2 weeks ago, when the US, that was 4th of January, when the US Securities Exchange Commission now officially accepted a spot Bitcoin traded ETF. And the first country that legalized crypto in Africa was Kenya. And I was there with President Ruto. I spoke with him. I presented to him in the presence of him and the owner of Premier Bank of Kenya. Premier Bank of Kenya is the largest bank in Africa today. They are the ones that own World Remit. The pictures are there. I spoke and explained to him how through blockchain and cryptocurrency, he will be able to actualize his dream of the African Free Trade Zone. You know, he's moving towards being the next president of African Union. And his dream goal is to bring in the African Free Trade Zone. And that's why he has opened up Kenya now to be visa-free for Africans. I showed him how he can build the new city, Kenyan city. The first smart city in Africa will be built in Kenya. And it's going to raise funds using asset tokenization and fractional investment from all over the world. So I've been talking, I've been screaming, telling Africa, don't stay behind and let these people. The good beauty is that with an internet, blockchain is available to you. It's no longer a time of waiting for the white man to bring it to us. No, you can do. They are bringing into us European products. Who are here who can take these European products and domesticate them, customize them to fit our needs. We have a different culture as Africa. We're different people. They live in a credit-based society. We live in a cash-based society. That means they can own property on credit, buy cars on credit, buy cars on subscription, and pay monthly. But for you here, to buy a car, you must cash in full. Let us say a car is 6 million. You must pay 6 million in full. Nobody gives you a car to be paying 100,000 every month. If you have a house today, you bought the land in full. You paid the landlord. You bought building materials in full. You paid cash to build the house, not on credit, not mortgage. Only very few civil servants are on mortgage. Do you understand the difference now? So if you take their foreign products and bring down here, it will not work. Somebody has to sit down and then domesticate it, which is what I did with Crypto Brew the Change. Over there, transaction cost was $30. Down here, I found a way to domesticate it and make transaction cost 400 naira. That's what we call domestication. And again, I've now found a way to now make handling the range. The price range is a problem for people in Nigeria because of the timing. You are doing many work. No Nigerian is doing one thing for a living. Nigerians are very industrious, versatile. They are going to civil service. They are selling goods in the market. Some people have turned their cars to mobile shops. Some are supplying one thing or the other. Doing big. Nigerians are hardworking. Don't mind. I tell you something. It is just a very few giving us the bad name. Very few. And they blow those things like see if Nigerian prison, those in prison in Nigeria are less than 1% of our population. That's the truth. We're a country of 200, we're a country of above 200 million. The highest Nigerian prison can contain a maximum of 3,500 inmates. Now they blow it times 2. So let's say maximum, they blow it times 3. Let's say 10,000 inmates. The biggest prison in Nigeria, maximum 10,000 inmates. But I've been going for prison visits, all right, as my own corporate social responsibility. Now we have 36 states. Each state has a prison. Let us say that 36 prisons multiplied by 10,000. How much have you come to? It's still, they've not gotten to 1 million. Okay, let us say each state has two prisons. Maybe they have both federal and state prison. Multiply 2 times 36, multiply by 10,000. You are still not yet up to 1 million. And we're a country of 200 million. So that will show you that don't let those negative news get to you. You're a hardworking person, okay? The important thing is that let's give you all opportunities to showcase your ingenuity on the space. And blockchain does that for you. Now, I'll give it to all of you today at this 31% discounted rate, but I'm giving you a special bonus, which is I will include 5 bonus strategic training lessons on how to reduce your transaction costs to increase your daily passive income profit. By right, this particular technique alone, I should charge another $100 for it, but I'm adding it to you for free. That means with this particular training alone, it has reduced the cost of purchasing this course from 69,000 to about 39,000. That's half the cost. We just this particular training I told you I just discovered, and that was just last month. So my students who bought this course, let's say those who bought before the 10th of December had to deal with that challenge of 30,000 naira transaction fee in just one transaction. Though. Imagine if you do 3 transactions on that DeFi space, means it will cost you 90,000. Now, those who now bought this course as from 15 December down, were now able to benefit from it. But I told those who bought before, don't feel bad. The good thing is that you can now invest more on this space comfortably. Okay? Now, these are the bonuses I'm going to give you. Instead of reducing the price for you, let me increase the value I'll give to you. One, I'm going to teach you how to supercharge your DeFi wallet. If you're using MetaMask or any other wallet. I'm going to show you my own favorite scaling solution so you can still invest on the Ethereum EVM without actually using Ethereum. I'm going to show you how to supercharge your MetaMask wallet to be able to contain other layer 2 and side chains of Ethereum. So you still invest in the most secure DeFi ecosystem, Ethereum, without incurring the high transaction fees that comes with it. Then I'm going to teach you also how to get your asset across any bridge. And then the 5th one, a practical live class on how to reduce your transaction setup fees from $30 to 20 cents. That's less than, that's even 20 cents, even 200 naira, not even 400. I was saying 400. That means I've even gotten it better. It's now at 200 naira. That's how beautiful it has become. And then for those who want to partner with me on this program as well, I have an opportunity for, as you spread the word of this crypto Brew chain, because all Nigerians need these financial products. Passive income in dollars, daily pay at rates above 55%. If you invite people for my presentations, because I do presentations every two days, I've brought up myself to keep talking to Nigerians for as long as I can. Then once in a while, I'll travel out and also speak in international engagements. All right. Now, as we speak, Ghana has sent for me. Central African Republic, the same. Rwanda and Uganda. These are the 4 African countries that have sent for us to do the same thing we're doing for Kenya. Okay. So once in a while, I will travel out, do my international duty and come back. But even when I'm traveling out, I will still be online to assist you all. Finally, Nigerian CBN, after we spoke to SEC, because I spoke extensively to SEC, when I was done with them, they have now approved virtual as to be able to become what we call VAS, virtual asset service providers. And I shared the CBN circular with those in my community, because they sent me one. And so students in my class, I showed them the communication between me and the CBN governor Emefiele before, and me and SEC. So I'm not telling you what I didn't do. I'm telling you how we've been driving and pushing for adoption and legalization of cryptocurrency in this age and time. So I've been actively in the forefront. So if there's anybody who has the authority to mentor you, you are in the right spot. I don't make social media noise. Notice I post so as to keep social media going. But my active work is actually one-on-one with country presidents. And I tell you something. When I told you that corporate education can only give you a living, but self-education makes you a fortune. I'm a pharmacist by profession. I graduated from UNN in 2004, from pharmacy UNN in 2004. My mates are everywhere, right? Now, if I had remained in pharmacy only, the best that would have happened to me is that I'll be maybe a regional manager in the company or national sales manager in a pharmaceutical company, and that's just it. But in veering into the crypto space and training myself there, this space and blockchain is putting me before country presidents, CBN governors and ministers, men of timber and caliber, decision makers in the world. That is a place that pharmacy wouldn't have taken me to. Maximum pharmacy would have taken me to his hospital. That's all. It wouldn't even take me to the Minister of Health. So ask yourself this question. You can come into this blockchain space also and decide to be like me as well. Develop yourself so strong that you'll be the one pushing this blockchain project in your state, pushing it in your own African country, anywhere in the world. So the opportunities are enormous. So if you share this opportunity with your friends and family, as they join me, 15% of what they pay goes to you automatically. So for each 6,009, you get 10,350, like that. And all you do is just invite people for these Zoom meetings. Let this Zoom be filled. I will do the talking. I will do the close down. I will do the mentoring and teaching. The duty is to spread this word. Let's help more Nigerians because they need it. All right. So you go to my affiliate dashboard, you register, and as people come on board, of course, you have the money to put it yourself. And like I said, these are my various social media handles for those who came in late. So you can be rest assured, I'm not a quack. I'm not if someone will ask me, are you for real? That means, are you a real, is it real or something? Maybe they doubt. But my dear, no, I won't blow my trumpet. Just go and see my various works on blockchain since 2017 to date. I've been consistent. I met crypto 2016. And I'm talking to 2017. I've been building myself in that space from 2017 to date. And I came online full in 2019. Then now had my website and my social media estate online as from 2020 downwards. Okay. My academy now went online 2020. Before, my academy was offline in my office Independence Lab in Enugu here. All right. So I went fully online 2020. So go to YouTube, watch my videos, watch my works, and then make up your mind that you are in the right place. Now, you've worked hard for your money. It's time to let your money work hard for you. Make your money earn between 55% to 105% of your capital per annum in passive income. All you need to do is to enroll for Crypto Brew the Change business today at a special price of only 69,000 naira. And it will still go up to 100,000 naira as we go. I'm taking it up gradually, right? Those who joined me the day I launched this course, all they paid was 50,000 naira because they took a chance on me. There was no testimony at them. They just only believed in me and they paid. Some joined when it was now 60. Now, some joined at 7. You can join now at 69. You can come next week at the 70. And the upper week is now 8. So I'm going to take it back to 100 because the naira is falling more and more. So I have no option but to go up. So the sooner you join, the better. And even if you don't have money to pay in full, you can lock in your rates. Maybe pay half of the money and then lock in this rate for yourself. So all you do is now pay the balance. So Crypto Brew the Change, how do you access it? Go to my website, www.somtoinya-agha.com. Click on the courses tab, and Crypto Brew the Change is the first course you will see there. Click on it, go to buy, register yourself. As when you're buying, put in your email and then your full name, whatever they ask of you there, and then make your payment. It's going to process it through Paystack. And then they're going to send a link to your email where you will now change your password and then personalize the account to yourself. And that way, you can go to that my same website, sign up on my website, then log in and then purchase the course. But whichever way is okay by you. Now, if you have any challenges, please contact me on WhatsApp. My number is 081-4271-5025. If you have any challenges with paying online and you want to transfer money into the account direct and get enrolled manually, I will assist you with that as well. My team will take care of that. So as we speak now, start sending a chat to me on 081-4271-5025. Just say, I am interested. I need assistance, anything you want, I'm here to answer you. I'll be awake all through the night answering questions, okay? So I'm going to stop here at this point and then go to the chat screen, and then you can unmute yourself. You want to ask me a question, just raise your hand, or there are reactions there at the bottom. Click on reactions, raise your hand. I'll ask you to unmute yourself. You ask any question at all you want to ask me, and I'll answer them. Let me start from the chat room. As I'm answering questions, if you don't want to speak, you want to just send me a chat, please go to the chat room and drop your questions, and I will answer you. Okay? Let's see. Someone said that's a Zion FX Forex. Learn Forex trading for free. If I ask for money, leave ASAP. Okay. Another fool advertising himself on another person's platform. Instead of going to pay for his own face, if it is so profitable for you, they are doing it for free. Why not use your money and go and run your Facebook ads, Zion FX, run your ad, getting your people, and do your business. You see, this kind of business model you shouldn't adopt, because it shows this guy is very irresponsible. He's a very big fool. So he now comes to somebody's platform to advertise Forex for free. That means he's trading for free. It means he can't even afford to run ad and run his business. So he uses free to bring you in. And that's the business model you shouldn't run. When you do a business, check what it costs you to run your business. Both advertisement, training, your rent, your staff, everything. Work out the business model. Then how do you generate leads? How do you bring people into your funnel? How do you make the money and keep your business successful? Okay? Instead of doing what this young man is doing. So Zion, please go and train yourself better. Mpe, oh, sorry, my network is stopping. Please, I love to have the recorded video. All right. And his number is 081. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to drop the recorded video version of this video. Maybe I'll drop it in the chat room much later, okay? When they are done with it. So it's right. And Azubike also raised his hand. Azubike, please unmute yourself and ask your question, and I'll attend to you right away. So unmute yourself, Azubike, also, and let's hear your question.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you very much, sir. I think I bought an online course from Merignos Ugochukwu Magwa, where you also did your training. Yeah.
That's my mentor. It's the one that made me who I am today. Go ahead.
Okay. So when I saw it there, and I thought, okay, let me see, because in the time past, I've been involved in some of these people that say we are on blockchain, this, that, and then you spend money, bought some coins. Today you are not even hearing anything and all of that. But now I remember there was a time I wanted to this normal physical bureau de change. So I wanted to get a license before, when I heard that government is going to work against it, and then I left it. So when I heard this one about the bureau de change, I said, okay, I think I'm also interested.
Okay,
but yeah, so I want to find out, for example, now from your explanation and all those things, at least I know I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to make my payment. But if I now invest, what is the, maybe because you're talking about daily passive income, what is the percentage that normally come? For me, I'm not interested in just high interest rate for now. Now that I'm going to start learning, at least let me know what is expected every, let's say on daily basis, if I invest on the platform after the training.
Okay. So to answer that question, like I told you, I'm always running research and experiments. A student asked me that sometime. Based on that, there are two models of making money on this system. There's one in which you put in the fund and you spread across and you earn very little. And the one in which you concentrate your fund in where the market is. And I did that with, I tested with $4,000. That are 4 something million naira. And I was breaking in between $24 to $32 every day. This is part of what I will share with my students, the evidence of that when I joined them in the main class. So I had to do, if I wanted to do it with $5,000, but I just told myself, just use 4,000 first. So that means it depends on your strategy and also the volume of funds you put. Okay. So for those who don't, let us say, if based on that, at 4 million naira, giving you about close to something thousand every day. That means in a week, 7 times, that's over 270,000, right? Okay. So what are the percentage what it comes to? So let's say that means if you are doing 2 million, let's say you're expecting between $16 to $20-something every week, depending on your strategy. And that's why I said I'm going to teach them a new strategy to help them with the ranging, because the prices of money keeps moving. So like those doing real Bureau de Change, let us say you're doing proper Bureau de Change now. Bureau de Change license is about 50 million to procure one now. Okay. And I heard they moved it to 70 million self. So as dollar is shifting, when dollar goes from 1,000 to 1,001 to 1,002 to 1,003 and on, you also be changing your trading strategy as well to remain profitable. And let me tell you, as dollar went from now to 1,360, I know of some Bureau de Change people that have gone out of business because they can't cope. So also on the blockchain, as coin prices are moving as well, I'm going to teach them how to also ride the range and profitable as well. So this is to answer your question. So it depends on, like I said, your trading, your strategy to it. If you want the one in which you just, I call it soak and trap, just put it and go your way. Let it be giving you the yield, 50-50. It will come in, but it will come in trickle. Maybe you put in that $4,000 and giving maybe say 20 cents a day. But if you now trade actively, that means concentrate it in where as market is going and shifting as well. That same $4,000 will be giving you $26 a day. There's how to also further concentrate again, and that same $4,000 will give you $35 a day. So my own is to teach you how to go about it. Your own is now decide what works for you based on your lifestyle, the kind of work you do, the time you have to sit and do these things. You know, everybody has his own different life schedule. Okay, but the essence of this is for you to have passive income so that you are still doing what you do for a living, and this one is by the side working for you, automated, without you having to constantly keep coming to check and change and all that. That's the essence of it. All right. So that's it for now. Let me see. Whoever has a question, please raise your hand. I'll come to you. Let me still go through the chat room. Abiodun Akinsanya says, please help drop recording on the WhatsApp group. Yes, I will drop it. Okay. What might happen is normally after recording, my team has to edit before they bring it up. But I just tell them to just put it raw like that. And even though it's long, I've done over an hour now, almost getting to 2 hours. But I'll just drop it that way so you guys can have access to it. Okay. There's someone says after registration. Choma says after registration, please, how much is the least you can start the investment with? The least you can start with is as low as $8. Because of that new strategy I found. Before, the least is 150,000 naira. Today, you can start with as low as 8,000 naira. But take note, the lower the amount of funds you put into it, the lower your earnings, right? The higher your funds, the higher your earnings, because it's a percentage of the capital that you are earning. As people are doing transactions without your money, the transaction fee is 0.05% of the volume. And the beauty is that you don't need to look for traffic. There's a market already ready for you. I will show you where you put your money. You don't need to do any marketing. The money, people are coming, people are there already waiting for your money to come so they can use it to do their trading and be paying you that money. That's the beauty of it. Then she said, secondly, how often can one make withdrawal from the passive income? My dear, you can withdraw every 2 minutes if you want to. Anytime you want, because it is your money, it's your fund. It's on a decentralized platform. So you can withdraw every 2 minutes if you want to, every 5 minutes, anytime at all of the day, whether morning or night. The market never sleeps. It's 247 all year round, right? Next thing is, thirdly, I joined the meeting on women in crypto last week and actually got interested in what they do. And I plan to meet with the facilitator in April in Enugu. I don't know if it's the same woman in crypto you made mention of in the course of this discussion. Yes, it's the same woman in crypto. Someone actually called, and when I was actually, the truth is my wife that is running that woman in crypto. She was an Hollywood actor, and when I now met her and married her, and I told her something. Look, I'm always traveling by virtue of the job I do. Both as a pharmacist, I was regional manager of my company, going state to state. In fact, I never spent up to 2 weeks in one state. All through I worked for that company. Okay, Utrecht Pharmaceuticals and as well GSK. Now I told her, if I'm always traveling and you two are always traveling on sets, going to Hollywood movies, who will not train our children for us? Is it the house help that will not train our children for us? So I said one person will sacrifice to stay at home or do a work that has to do with somebody being around while the other one moves out. And so she accepted to now drop the acting career and while I'm doing the movement. Then upon a time, I also started feeling bad myself. Like I'm a believer in women empowerment. I don't believe a woman should spend her life and career because marriage came into play. There must be a way to strike a balance so women can still achieve their goal in life, still achieve a fruitful career, and still the family will not at the expense of family life. So I thought, okay, join me on this blockchain. Let me teach you this thing. You can do this thing confident like I'm doing it and do it from home and make all the money you can make, even earn more than you are earning in movie acting. And she believed me. And so she became one of my students. I was teaching her both in my academy, in the office, and at home. And she became very proficient and strong. She now became a facilitator in Ramak Digital and joined the trainers in Ramak Digital. And from there, she now came up with the suggestion, can we have a female wing that she can run and control? And I said, yes, with the brand and what you've learned and how you are going, I believe you can do it successfully. And I gave all the support and all the attention. And today, Women in Crypto is such a strong brand that she was not even able to travel to South Africa. Like I told you, this crypto will put you in front of presidents, ministers, the big guys. So she was able to share stage in South Africa with Professor Patrick Lumumba, the then defense minister of Maldives, the then vice president of South Africa. All of them, that's the stage. So she's not saying international stages. So if you want to join Women in Crypto, please join it and make sure it is the real version you are joining. I've heard about a lot of people cloning her brand and doing a lot of things. So please don't get duped. Make sure it is the main Women in Crypto you are joining, and check the page that the post on that page is current, and make sure you're not paying money into a personal account. Women in Crypto has a link to a company account where all funds go into, and from there she's sharing wealth amongst all her affiliates and those who are her leaders who are doing business with her. So make sure they give you a payment link, not an individual account. Make that payment, and then it will get to them, and then you join the group, and you start from there and start coming up, okay? So it's a very awesome community. And I think it's now 30,000. It was formerly 25. They did a promo for 16 at some point, but I think it's now 30, okay? So please proceed. Yes, you're in right hand. Informer Inya-Agha, that's her name. And if you want her numbers, where you get it. So next one is, okay, you're coming in April to Enugu. Beautiful. It will be our honor receiving you. In fact, the meeting might even be in my home. Okay. So you come and I will host you as well. Who else again? Adebisi says, thank you very much for this information. I'm using myself as an example now. I have no idea of crypto or any passive income program before. Please, how can you help me to acquire more knowledge on this? I will enroll. I don't mind selling some of my property for the knowledge. Thank you. All right, Adebisi Adebowale. My answer to you is this. You have come into an academy that is an all-in-one, one-stop shop for everything crypto and blockchain. My question to you is, how much are you willing to invest in your education in this space? The beauty is that before, to access me directly cost $2,000. It was much later when Naira lost its value so much so that, on my own, I felt, it will be too much to charge somebody 2 million naira to access me. And I brought my price down to $1,000. That was about 1 million naira thereabout. Okay. And then, because also to cater for the needs of most Nigerians who can't afford, I said, okay, let me now turn my products into online courses that makes it now affordable. So you can go and purchase the course, train yourself, then come to my live classes where I now train my students one-on-one. You meet other students and I train people together. That way, it saves me time. I can reach everybody within the limited hour and space I have. Okay? So based on this, I have about 8 courses. Out of 8 courses, 6 of them are crypto related, while the other 2 are not, right? Now, if you want to learn all the is about crypto, you can let me know. I will tell you the 8 courses that you will buy amongst all my 8 courses. Just about, yes, there are 3 of them that encompass everything. Because in some of the courses, I break out a particular aspect and just make that aspect affordable. Because this crypto bureau change, for example, is just 1 or 2 chapters from my DeFi trading and profit, DeFi investment and investment profits. The program, one of my courses that is going for 255,000. People cannot afford it. So I now carved out a version of it and made it crypto bureau change, that aspect now, and made it 69,000. So if you want to, for example, learn all about DeFi, you might decide to instead buy the 255 one, because if you buy the 69,000 one now, you still need to go and buy the 255 as 255. But with Byte255, it encompasses both that one and crypto changes inside it. Do you understand? So you let me know. You can start from somewhere. You say you know nothing about crypto. I can tell you the two. Maybe you can start with learn crypto from the scratch, and then maybe combine. I would just for when you discuss. If I just call me on my number. Let's talk. But I'm just giving everybody here an idea of how you can still get all this knowledge at less than $300, something that would have cost you 2,000 or 1,000 to do. Okay, so we can structure based on what you want to do. For example, if you're in for high frequency trading, for example, you might need my course, which is cryptocurrency trade and investing mastery. That one is 115,000. If you don't want high risk trading, then forget about that one. Just go for crypto build a change, maybe 69, and then learn crypto from scratch, which is 25. Okay, I can put you through Women in Crypto at 30, and then you add to this 69 this crypto build a change, and you have your full package at less than 110,000. Okay, so don't worry. So call me on my number 081 4271 5025. Just send a personal chat, call me, we discuss, and then I can structure for you what you need to do so you don't spend so much and you still get value for your money. Now, for those who know me very well in my community, for every 1,000 you pay me, I give you 10,000 worth of value. My mentor is Mr. Gochukwuemog, and he taught me very well how to create over-deliver. I under-promise and over-deliver. I don't over-promise and under-deliver. So rest assured that any amount I'm telling you to pay for my course, you will get more than that in the value you get from me. All right. Somebody said, okay, Choma says, no, I'm certain it's the same woman in crypto because this info about her was the same she shared with us. I'd definitely be in your home in Enugu to meet with the both of you. By God's grace, I'm very much interested. All right, Choma, I'll be looking forward to hosting you in April. Okay? All right. You're welcome. So, once again, if you are here present and you're interested in joining this community, please don't waste time. This is already January. By now, you should have started structuring your businesses, how this year will go. I tell people something. Anything you're not able to achieve financially between the first 5 months in a year, I'm sorry to say so, the remaining months will not make you achieve it. You know, people always wait till September, October, November, December. They now start rushing to meet up and all that. That's not how the world is reason. They lay their structures January, February, the first quarter. That's why the year is divided into 4 quarters. Make sure you lay the structure in the first quarter. By second quarter, you should have begun to implement the structure so that by third and fourth quarter, you are simply reaping the benefits of what you put in your first and second quarter. And then you are planning your next year. So that means for me, by the time I get to June, July, I'm done with what I have to do this year. Everything I have, my program is already, my calendar is already filled up with my visits, with my training, everything is booked. I now start planning my 2025. That's how I do my thing. So what I'm doing with you this 2024, I didn't plan it today. I planned it as of July, August last year. So once the time comes, I look at my diary that I'm sharing with you. Okay. So I have it all planned out, everything with dates and time. If I share, you see it's 2023. Can you see 2023? Okay. That's why I planned out by 2024. This is March. Very good. You can see communications. The communications I'm going to do. Can you see communications? Everything is all written out. So you can borrow my style. So you don't begin to, things shouldn't be happening to you as if it's an emergency. Nigerians like fire brigade approach. That's not how to build work responsibly, okay? So begin now, structure yourself, whatever you need to do it, come on board, learn this program, structure it, and start planning out your year and filling them, okay? All right. So any other questions, any question at all on the crypto space? It can be any question at all for the crypto space. It mustn't be DeFi. Just feel free to ask me anything. I can do it for you. I share with you, and then we call it a day. I thank you so much. You guys have done 2 hours with me. It really means you guys really appreciate knowledge. That's wonderful. So any more questions? If I says, good evening, sir, please, I have an investment in USDT already. Am I on the right path and can I still go for your program? All right. First of all, USDT is an instrument for the investment. All right. So that means you are depending on what the yield from that investment will be for you. And different investment platforms give different yields. And with the right way to invest, there is no investor I know in the world that invests in only one thing. baskets of assets. So Warren Buffett, go and read the Intelligent Investor, go and read any investor you know, they invest in like 10 things, knowing that 4 might go bad, 5 might go bad, 6 might go bad. But if 3 do well or 4 do well, they will make back all the money they lost in the other 5 or 6 that went bad and still be in profit. 1 is a very bad number, both in business, investment, or otherwise. You don't put all your egg in one basket. So if you have an investment with USDT on a particular instrument, it's just 1. You need to have at least 5, minimum 5. So crypto exchange can be your second investment platform, or your third, or your fourth, or your fifth. Just like when you buy crypto coin, I tell my students, don't go and take all your money and buy 1 coin. It's the wrong thing to do. Spread it. If you have $100, instead buy 5 coins of $20. Because we don't know who will give birth to the next king in the crypto space. That means coins are pumping. This coin pumps today, another one pumps tomorrow. So nobody is not casting stone. I just have an idea of coins that we do well, but I don't know which one we do it at what time and to what rate, or what frequency. That means how many X's. I can tell you this 1,500X. We can determine. Do you understand? So please don't depend on one investment program. That's on the other side. 2, don't just only use USDT. You ought to also buy some coin. USDT is stable. So if you have 1 million USDT today, come 10 years time, it's still 1 million USDT, still $1 million. It didn't go up, it didn't go down. So you're still dependent on the interest on the platform you put the money in. Now, instead of putting 1 million USDT into that investment, why not bring out 500 and maybe divide it into 3? Put 1 part in the investment, use the other part to buy some coins, buy like 10 cryptocurrencies in our community and hold them that we do well. Just like when you buy land. Now, some of them, maybe you bought at $100, can end up giving you $1,000, $3,000. That's how to diversify your investment portfolio. Okay? So don't just depend on USDT investment. You should have some other coins and also diversify your portfolio. That's my advice to you. Fine. All right. By virtue of my experience in this field, I've been in this field in 2017. So I can tell you, I've seen 2 bear markets, and now I'm entering second bull market. That's like 8 years. So I can tell you, going this way will not give you the returns you need within the time you expect it. Augustina says, please, sir, as a newbie in the crypto space, is it a must to have a laptop? No. We all started with phone. Me, myself, when I started crypto newly, I started with a mobile phone. Then, wasn't even an iPhone, it was an Android. I remember the Samsung series it was again, okay? Before we came up to iPhone. Now, I did phone for almost 2 years before when I started now trading, that's when I needed a laptop. Because to read charts and screen, you need a wider screen. It's not difficult to read charts on phone, okay? That's why I now had a laptop. Then when I now started training online, like I'm doing now, and I need all these gadgets, and these ones will not go with a phone. It has to go with a laptop. So I have now upgraded my laptop from HP now to a MacBook Pro. Do you understand? So the good thing about cryptocurrency, you can start from anywhere. Once you have a phone that can do WhatsApp, that can go on the blockchain and come out, just any phone above 70,000 can do it. Why I don't advocate for these smaller ones is that, for example, when I'm doing live session with my students, there are some students that for their phone to communicate with the blockchain, we'll be waiting for almost 35 minutes for it to connect. If we'll be singing and praying for it to connect. And when it connects, in less than 5 minutes, it goes off again. So don't go too low when you buy your phone. And anything above 70, 80, like a Samsung, if you have it, is good and fine. You don't need a sophisticated phone for it. You don't need a big phone. All right. So start small. As you make money, as you grow, and based on your needs, you begin to upgrade. All right. So you're fine with the phone. If you have a laptop, fine. Someone says, how do I procure your product? Okay, let me drop the websites for you. It's just go to my website. https:// you can use www.somtoinya-agha.com, but I want to use the current vibes. In the current space now, we no longer use www, which is World Wide Web. You simply just use hypertext protocol and put somtoinya-agha.com, and that is my site. And if you want again, you can put HTTPS. If you use this home domain, when you get there, you will see a tab called courses. Click on that courses and you will see all my courses. Then Crypto With The Change is the first course in that place. Click on buy and then follow through, put in your email, your full name. It automatically create an account for you on the platform, make your payments, then go to your email and you will see a link to now change to your own password, because it's going to create its own password automatically, which it won't share with you, but to log you in. So go there and create a new one and you're fine. Then if you want to go directly to the courses page, it's somtoinyaga.com/courses to land you there. Okay. If you have any challenges, please reach me on 081-4271-5025. Please look at the chat room. I'm dropping all these things on the chat room. 081-4271-5025. And Christina says, please drop your social media handle so I can follow. Okay, let me just share my, let me quickly share my slide on my handles so we can follow. Okay, let me share. This is what the site looks like. This is my site, somtoinyaga.com. And you come to courses, click on courses. And it's going to open up the shop. Okay, very good. So that's the courses now. That's my courses now. You can see Crypto With The Change. All right. So you can decide to click on buy now and to take you straight to where you make your payment and purchase. Or if you want to read more about that, this is the confirmation page. So you put in your email address, your first name, last name. You might not put all these other. Anyway, you don't see a red asterisk, means it's not necessary. It's optional, right? You can just put in the ones that are necessary, and then you place your order, and then you click on I have read the terms and conditions, and you pay. Once you pay, it now purchases the course for you, takes you to the thank you page, and then you click to start your course. There's going to send you an email to your mailbox showing you where you can now click to now change your password to the one you want. All right, that's it. So at this point, if you want to still see more about the course, maybe you want to read through the course, just want to know what the course contains, instead of clicking buy now, you can simply click Crypto With The Change. Just click on the course itself. It's going to take you to the particular course, particular page for this course. Can you see? So it gives you the description, what and what you're going to learn about it, and that's it. Then you can now still go, add it to your cart. You can now click on buy now or click on checkout. Any which one leads you to where you make your payment. So that's it for the course. Now I'm going to share another slide again for those who want to, my social media handle. Okay. So let me share this slide. So this is, snap this. Snap it. Wait, let me stop. Hold on. So snap it. That's the website address and my WhatsApp number. Okay, so screen grab this, snap it, and reach out to me if you have any challenges on WhatsApp, and I'll assist you. Okay. All right. Then after this, let me now share my social media handle as requested. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. All right. So my social media handle are the following: YouTube at Somto Inya-Agha, Instagram at Somto Inya-Agha, Facebook Somto Inya-Agha, on X is at Somto Inya-Agha, on LinkedIn.com is linkedin.com/in/Somto Inya-Agha. And then my website is there, www.somtoinyaga.com. And then my mobile phone number, my personal number and WhatsApp number, 081-4271-5025. Okay. So screen grab it, and please go and follow my channels and go to my YouTube. A lot of trainings I put out there. can begin to watch them to see my training style. If it goes well with you, come on board and let's do things together. Okay. All right. So hope this answers any other questions again. I think this should be it. Can call it today. Now take note, the WhatsApp group where you're coming from is locked. I locked it on purpose just to avoid this kind of thing we saw here where the FX guy came to advertise FX on my Zoom. So people will just be throwing a lot of, that's why I said I locked it for your safety. So people don't get scammed on my platform. I feel pain when people lose money on my because they came into my space. So to avoid it, I locked it on purpose so that such people will not come and give you an investment idea that will now make you go and then lose money. Instead, you can reach me personally on WhatsApp on my number and I will answer all your questions. Okay? All right. So let's go to the WhatsApp group and then you will get the link. Maybe between now and tomorrow, I'm going to paste the link for the class, recorded class. And I look forward to seeing you on my ecosystem. John, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Azubike, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And Cordelia, thank you for being here. Alex is here too. Alex is my mentee. Alex, nice to see you. All right. Adebisi, nice to see you as well. Looking forward to seeing you on board. Grace, I'm welcoming you as well. Rita, look forward to seeing you. Ifeanyi, Julius, join us. Augustina, thanks for being all the way to this point. Join us as well. Angel, look forward to seeing you. Choma, I look forward to seeing you inside. And there's Raphael. You joined us much later. Look forward to seeing you as well. And Techno K17. Don't know you, it's not your name, but look forward to seeing you all guys join us this week in the academy, okay? So in the absence of any other questions, from me to you and to all of you, it's good night and see you in my next lecture series, all right? Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Augustina, thank you so much as well. You're all welcome, eh? All right. Good night.